Assalamu alaikum viewers. Viewers, atom is the smallest particle of which matter is made up of. Atom consists of two parts. In the center of the atom is a part called nucleus. And nucleus contains particles called protons and neutral particles called neutrons. Around the nucleus are circular paths. We call them electron shells or energy levels. In these electron shells are revolving, negatively charged particles called electrons. An atom may have a single shell or more than one shell. But the number of electrons present in the outermost shell are known as valence electrons. For example, here in this image, we have the 4 electrons in the outermost shell. When an atom combines with another atom, it is these valence electrons that take part in the chemical reaction or the combination of atoms. Either electrons are gained or electrons are lost. This is Aslam and the channel is Science Wala. In this video, I am going to teach you what are ions, how ions are formed. Viewers, if number of electrons and protons in an atom are equal, an atom or molecule is neutral, it has no charge. For example, if you take the sodium atom has 11 protons, positively charged particles in its nucleus, and it has 11 electrons in its shells. 11 protons and 11 electrons. Number of electrons and number of protons are equal. As the negative charge of electron is equal and opposite to the positive charge of the proton, so it is neutral. If somehow the number of electrons and number of protons is disturbed, it results in a charge on an atom or a molecule. For example, if we take the sodium have 11 protons and 11 electrons. If it loses one electron, it loses a negative charge, but the positive charge remains the same and there is increase of one extra charge. So we write it Na positive because the atom has lost a negative charge and positive charge has increased. So it results in charge of an atom or a molecule. This charged atom or molecule is termed an ion. Similarly, if we take the fluorine atom, it has 9 electrons. If it gains an electron, it gains a negative charge. So the negative charge in an fluorine atom increases and it forms fluoride ion. We write it F negative. So it results in charge of an atom or a molecule. This charged atom or molecule is termed an ion. Thus, an ion is an atom or a molecule which has a net charge. For example, lithium ion Li plus, fluoride ion F negative. A particle that carries an overall positive or negative charge is called an ion. For example, sodium ion chloride ion, silver ion, so on and so on. There are two types of ion charge on the atom: cation and anion. Cation is an ion with positive charge, and anion is an ion with negative charge. Positively charged ions is known as cation. Positively charged ions are sodium ion, potassium ion, calcium ion. They are formed by loss of an electron. When an atom loses an electron or more than one electron. But size of cation is smaller than atom because a cation loses a shell or an electron. There are few examples of cation. We have the lithium ion, potassium ion, calcium ion, aluminum ion, so on and so on. Now, negatively charged ion is known as anion. Negative ions are called anions, and negatively charged ions are chloride ion, hydroxide ion, iodide ion. They are formed by gain of electron or gain of one or more electrons. But size of anion is bigger than corresponding atom because entering electron and electrons already present in atom repel each other and shall get enlarged. There are few examples of anions. For example, hydride ion, fluoride ion, chloride ion, bromide ion, iodide ion, oxide ion, sulfide, and so on and so on. If we take the example of magnesium, an atom of magnesium has only two electrons in its outermost shell. Magnesium ion is formed when it lost two electrons to become positively charged particle or ion. So magnesium forms Mg2 plus ion because it loses two electrons. Similarly, we have the aluminum atom. Aluminum has three electrons in its outermost shell. Aluminum can donate three electrons, so it forms Al3 positive. So an atom can lose one electron, two electrons, three electrons, or it can gain one electron, two electrons, or three electrons, depending upon the valency. Viewers, before proceeding ahead, please subscribe my channel so that you can get latest updates of my videos. Now, ion may be monoatomic or polyatomic. Monoatomic ion is an ion with only one element, and polyatomic ion is ion with more than one element. Monoatomic ions are composed of single atom per ion. Monoatomic ions are formed by either losing or gaining electrons in the outermost shell of an atom. For example, if we take the lithium atom loses one electron and is one electron and forms sodium ion. So they form positively charged or cations. Similarly, if we take the fluorine, chlorine, bromine can gain one electron. They form anions. But these all are made of single atom. So they are all monoatomic ions. Now, what are polyatomic ions? Polyatomic ions are ions composed of several atoms per ion. They can be either diatomic or triatomic. There is uncountable number of known polyatomic ions. Let us see the examples. If we take, for example, the ammonium ion, it is composed of nitrogen and hydrogen. So it contains two elements, but it has lost some electron, so it is NH4. So it is ammonium ion, but it is a polyatomic ion. Similarly, we have the carbonate, cyanide ions, bisulfide ions, nitrate, nitrites ions, but these are all polyatomic ions. Similarly, you can check here the list of polyatomic ions. Viewers, finally, let us see the different types of ions formed by the different groups in the periodic table. If we take the first group of the periodic table, that is alkali metals, which comprises hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, these all elements have tendency to lose one electron, so they form plus one ions. Similarly, we have the second group of the periodic table. We call them alkaline earth metals, which comprises beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. They have tendency to lose two electrons, so these all form plus two ions. If we move on the right side of the periodic table, we have the 16th group, oxygen family. They have tendency to gain two electrons, so minus two ions. Similarly, we have the 17th group of the periodic table called halogen family. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. They all have tendency to gain one electron, so they form minus one ions. I hope you will like my video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe my channel and share the video and write your comments in the comments section about the video. See you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.